Hello and welcome again to my channel, Exceedingly Good Reviews. This is my thoughts on video, my thoughts on WWE SmackDown from last night. Well, I'll give a quick run through of what occurred on the show and then give my overall thoughts for it. The show starts with the Thunder and Lightning again. Fed up with this. Out comes Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman begins to cut promo. He wants everyone to recognize Roman Reigns as your tribal chief. Roman Reigns takes over. He wants everyone to recognize him as the tribal chief, not just the SmackDown roster, not just his family. The whole WWE universe needs to recognize him as the tribal chief. Roman Reigns calls out Jey Uso, who responds. He comes out. There's a passionate promo here from Roman Reigns. And he decides he's going to give Jey Uso another opportunity. But there will be consequences. There will be costs involved with this match. What those are, it is not revealed yet. So we will have to see, and no doubt that become more clearer in the coming weeks. So yeah, Jey Uso ends up accepting this challenge, the match, and he's got another opportunity at the Universal title at Hell in a Cell. I presume in a Hell in a Cell match. Roman Reigns is gone. Out comes AJ Styles, who begins to goat Jey Uso into a confrontation. Jey Uso obliges. He goes and attacks AJ Styles. Go to an advert break. When we come back, it's AJ Styles against Jey Uso, the first match of the night, and AJ Styles does not win. No, the phenomenal one does not win. Jey Uso picks up the victory here. That would have been unexpected a few weeks back, but I understand the building up momentum for Jey Uso for his match at Hell in a Cell, so if you're building him up, you don't want to be giving him too many losses. So he beat AJ Styles, was the sacrificial lamb here. He beat AJ Styles. AJ Styles went for the phenomenal forearm. Jey Uso with a super kick, then another super kick, then his Uso, what's it called, the Flying Uso, his version of a frog splash, and he won the match. Good for him. Great promo from Sami Zayn backstage. He gets rid of the championship, the sham Intercontinental title. He throws it into the trash. We then get an advert for Skittles is the sponsor for this for the next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. Skittles just doesn't seem to fit in with the Hell in a Cell vibe, all dark, fiery, edgy, sharp edges and whatnot. And then you've got the lovely rainbow colours of Skittles. It just didn't seem to fit. I'm not a fan of it, but hey, it's merchandising money. It's promotional money for WWE, so they're not going to say no to it, are they? Skittles are the sponsors for Hell in a Cell. John Morrison against Otis is next. John Morrison against Otis. We've been reminded of the history that these two have had with the Miz trying to get Otis's Money in the Bank briefcase from him. This is a very short match. Otis, I like Otis. It's a different feel, a different look. It reminds me a lot of a larger version of Scotty 2 Hotty. The caterpillar is basically the worm, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, but Otis wins this match after hitting the caterpillar and the splash. It was a quick match. Going to the next match, it's Sheamus against Shorty G. And no pun intended here, but this was a short match for Shorty G. Sheamus, 2 bro kicks, and he's won. Sheamus has won the match. Why have this match here at all? It seemed pointless. It was a quick match. It was done in seconds. Well, it felt like seconds anyway. Kevin Owens, we see Kevin Owens backstage setting up for the Kevin Owens show later on, the KO show later on in the night. There's a TV screen behind him. It starts to flicker with the Firefly Funhouse images, and the Fiend appears on it, flickering on and off. So, teasing there. Which leads into the KO show. Kevin Owens, your host. His special guest this week is Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss comes out. She seems like she's medicated, like she's just come out of a deep sleep. I mean, she seems lethargic. She doesn't seem herself. It's quite clear, and that's the point that they're trying to get across. She isn't herself. In all the questions that Kevin Owens asks, her answers are subtle and soft, and once you've been touched by the Fiend, you're never the same. All that kind of... He just seemed quite eerie, came across quite eerie, which I think is what they intended. The lights go out, the Fiend appears, mandible claw on Kevin Owens, extends the hand to Alexa Bliss, who obliges with her hand. Hand in hand, Alexa Bliss and the Fiend. Is this the end of Alexa Bliss and the new beginning of Sister Abigail? Who knows? It'll be interesting to see where this goes, but it looks like Alexa Bliss is now full on the Fiend's cohort, the Fiend's pawn puppet. So we'll see what goes on there. We get the match for the next match is a 6-man tag match. It's King Corbin teamed with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura against the Lucha House Party members of Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado and Matt Riddle. Where's Kalisto? They make a joke backstage that Kalisto's head is that big, he's still struggling to get it into his mask. More dissension now between Lucha House Party. I thought that was put to rest at Clash of Champions. They worked well together, but clearly not. The dissension is still there. So this 6-man tag match occurs. Kalisto ends up coming down to the ring. He actually gets involved at one point. He does attempt to kick, or at least it appears he attempts to kick Cesaro, but Cesaro reverses, flicks Lince Dorado into the ropes, and Kalisto kicks Lince. But not to worry, Matt Riddle? Who's Matt Riddle? Matt Riddle ends up hitting his finishing maneuver on Cesaro and pinning him for the win. Matt Riddle and the Lucha House Party members have won. There's a shoving match between Lince Dorado and Kalisto after the match, but yeah, I thought that was dead and buried, that whole splitting up of the Lucha House Party, but clearly not. We'll see what goes on there. Out comes Sasha Banks. We see Sasha Banks coming to the ring. We then get the Mystery Woman promo. The Mystery Woman has been revealed to be Carmella. Carmella is now untouchable. It'll be interesting to see how this new persona of hers transitions to the ring and how that'll affect how she performs in her matches. I don't imagine we'll be seeing her moonwalking anytime soon. So yeah, back to the ring. Sasha Banks is in it. You can tell that she is dating, that she's in a relationship with the fashion designer, because her outfit was amazing here. I mean, and it's great to see Sasha Banks on the screen. Once again, she's a wonderful talent for the WWE to have, both in the ring, on the mic, backstage, doing promos and whatnot. So yeah, it's great to see her back in the ring. She takes off the neck brace and everything, and she's coming for Bayley. She's going to take the SmackDown Women's title. She also says a naughty word. I won't repeat it here, but you know it's serious when the naughty words come out for these feuds. So yeah, that occurs. The final match of the night, the 5th match of the night, it's Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title, the real Intercontinental title, not the sham Intercontinental title that's been thrown in the trash, against Jeff Hardy, the previous champion. This is a good match. There's some commercial breaks, obviously, to break everything up. We see that the top turnbuckle is missing from one of the corners. What happened there? We go to an advert break. When we come back, we see footage that just before the advert break, Sami Zayn was the one who removed the turnbuckle, and the whole match revolves around the missing turnbuckle pad, because each wrestler is trying to get the other wrestler, whip them into the corner, do some kind of maneuver into the corner, use that exposed turnbuckle to their advantage. And the exposed turnbuckle ends up playing into the finish, because we see Jeff Hardy go up top to hit a high-risk move from the top rope. Sami Zayn takes his legs from under him. Jeff Hardy falls head first into the exposed turnbuckle, knocks himself out, or does some damage anyway. And Sami Zayn pins him for the win. Sami Zayn retains the Intercontinental title. And that was your SmackDown show. That was it. Quite a fun show. Some of the matches I don't get why they had. I mean, John Morrison, Otis, I understand why you had it, but it was really quick. I would have let that match go on for a little bit longer and just got rid of the Sheamus Shorty G match. I don't get why they had a match here. It was too quick, too short, no pun intended, like I said. Roman Reigns cutting his promo at the beginning and everything. Yes, I am hyped for another match. I can't wait to see it. I thought it was a one and done deal at Clash of Champions between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, but clearly not. Roman Reigns wants Jey Uso to acknowledge him as his tribal chief, and the job isn't done until that occurs. So let's see what these other circumstances are that will be revolving around this match. What other things may be on the line? So let's see what goes on there. Kevin Owens against The Fiend is teased. I think it was advertised for the following week, on following week's episode of SmackDown. Next week, Kevin Owens against The Fiend. That'll be fun to see. We're seeing more of Alexa Bliss's transition. All in all, this show was a decent show. The 6-man tag match I didn't actually mind either. That was quite entertaining. I'd probably give this show a 2.5 star though, even though quite a bit happened and I enjoyed a lot of the matches. The actual wrestling wasn't as good as what it has been on my 3-star shows. So I can't justify giving this one a 3-star as well. It wouldn't be any higher than a 3-star. I wouldn't put it as low as a 2-star, so I'd have to give it a 2.5. So this is a 2.5-star out of 5-star rating for this show. It's well worth a watch if you've watched it. Yeah. SmackDown is the superior show in my opinion. Let me know what your opinion is on that, but it's the superior show in my opinion. And my star match of the night would probably be the main event, Sami Zayn against Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental title. Like I said, the whole storyline revolving around the exposed turnbuckle, I quite enjoyed. And yeah, that was probably the star match of the night for me, in my opinion. So yeah, WWE though, please get rid of the Thunder and Lightning cheesy, crappy gimmick that you've got at the beginning of these shows. We know you're in the Thunderdome. You don't have to put on a little Thunder and Lightning show. We know you're in the Thunderdome. I enjoy the Thunderdome, except for that moment. I hate it. Get rid of it. It's making me want to see the end of the Thunderdome. Well, I want to see what WWE do next anyway. Let me know what you want to see WWE do next after the Thunderdome as well in the comments. So those are my thoughts on this show. What are your thoughts on this show? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more content, and yeah, just everybody out there, stay safe, stay classy. Thanks for watching.